I have 4 deadlift prerequisites that I teach to increase success before ever coaching the actual movement. Here's the thing. We all know how complex deadlifts are. Additionally, we know how challenging it can be to teach a deadlift to a new patient. But what if you could save yourself time and headache and patient compensations by putting in a little bit more work in the front end for more success on the back end? Well, that's what these prerequisites are designed to do. I find that a lot of us jump to the execution of the deadlift, but skip the prerequisites, if you will. So what I hope to accomplish by sharing these 4 steps is to help you coach and comprehend a deadlift better and to help your patients get even better results. So the very first thing I like to do before we even start hinging or deadlifting is to set the record straight between squats and deadlifts. A lot of patients think that squatting is deadlifting and deadlifting is squatting, and the difference is one is on your back and one is on the ground. However, the biggest thing that we can start to differentiate is the trajectory. So I always like to educate patients on the fact that squats and deadlifts are not the same, and it's like comparing apples to oranges. They're in 2 different categories. What differentiates them is their trajectory. A squat is going to be very vertical. A hinge or a deadlift is going to be very horizontal. One easy way to describe this is a squat should move like an elevator and a deadlift should move like an escalator. The second thing I like to consider is this. We tend to believe that everyone needs to deadlift from the ground, when in actuality, the structure of the patient is really going to tell you whether or not you need to elevate or raise the floor. If you're working with someone that's tall, we probably need to raise the floor. If you're working with a narrow ISA, someone that is better at squatting compared to hinging, we probably need to raise the floor. The third prerequisite is the setup. Is a traditional deadlift going to be better, or is a trap bar going to be better? Ultimately, the structure of the patient in front of you is going to continue to give you this information. Someone like a wide ISA who has the ability to hinge might be more successful at a traditional deadlift. Someone that prefers to squat like a narrow ISA might need the assistance of a raised surface and something that's slightly more like a squat but still a hinge. And the last thing you can think about is this person in front of you an athlete? Are they a power lifter? Is it something that they need to do? Like a power lifter would probably need to be here because they don't perform this in their competition, right? So again, the patient is going to tell you, but we need to be cognizant of the proper setup. The final prerequisite is understanding that a deadlift is 1 motion and a squat is 2. So when you're watching a deadlift that is 2 motions, that patient is essentially squatting the deadlift. So we need to either raise the floor, we need to understand that the structure of the patient doesn't fit the setup, but something's going on. But I find that it's really easy to show the patient 1 versus 2, so that way they understand it. So 2 motions, if we start from the top, would be 1, 2, 1, 2, compared to 1, 1. So I hope you found the prerequisites helpful, and I encourage you to put them into use the next time you're coaching a deadlift. Now, if you want to take your learning further and really accelerate this and learn more principles like this, I would encourage you to check out our Performance Redefined course. This is our 8-week online self-paced program that really goes into great depths on coaching movement, understanding movement compensations, programming, and really getting intentional and specific with your movement coaching. So if that sounds like something you are interested in, I'll leave the link below. As always, if you have any questions about this video, let me know in the comment section below and I'll be sure to answer. And I'll see you guys on the next video.